I quickly want to run through the formula and give you another interpretation of the formula. Will that be okay? Can I have show of hands? Right. Here we go. You can check it on that page. Right, that stands for surplus, growth, risk, responsibility, and time and effort. And the M equals PT to the power of Q. That normally is a formula. Let's break the formula down in normal plain language. Right. This portion here, the dollar sign, another word, another meaning for it is simply intent. Intent. Another word for intent can be a burning desire. So you are serious to achieve what you want to achieve. Now, this is the same as goal setting. Unless you know exactly what it is that you want, you're not going to get it. So you need to be crystal clear on what the outcome is that you want. So, for example, wealth creators, the moment that I apply the formula in terms of building financial wealth, and I say that at 10 million, that's my intent. So as long as this is smaller than 10 million, it's not mine. It's in my formula. My job, my function as a trustee is to work so that I can meet my intent. Does that make sense? Right? The next one, this portion here, the equal sign, that is called the belief. Now, the belief system is basically you must believe, Leon, that you can actually do it. It's no good for you to believe that I can do it or that someone else can do it. You must believe on a cellular level that you can do it yourself. Right. So I've got a whole course, the Power Morphing course, is about the belief system, how it works and how do we see if we really truly believe in what we do believe. Because a lot of things, we think we believe it because we've heard it. Someone has said to us, this is the way that it works, and we say, okay, yeah, that feels good, I believe that. But you can't do it. Unless you can do it, you can't apply it, and you don't know how to apply it. So it's in the application that we actually know if we know how to do it. Does it make sense? Right. Then the next one is this whole formula section there is called, with one word, focus. And here's the problem. There's such a lot of mind chatter that is going on a day-to-day basis that we do not know how to focus on a consistent basis or for long enough. So unless we can get it on a subconscious level so that we focus unconsciously, without us knowing that we're doing it, we're going to find that we're going to run through approximately 60,000 different thoughts per day. So the average person cannot concentrate for more than 10 seconds on a specific topic. And this is what is causing the problem. So the moment that you double the focus, that you will increase the chances exponentially to achieve it on condition that you believe that it's possible. Okay, so and that is basically the formula. But now, on top of this formula, we're going to add two more things on it. The first part is this, what I also called in the book, the formula for riches, the book. I call it the accelerator principle. Another word for that is action. Unless you are prepared and are going to take massive, massive action, it simply means that you either do not have the intent, or you don't believe, or you're not focused. Can you see this? This is the real McCoy. It shows me and it shows the world. Are you serious? Do you understand the formula? Because if you do not believe that it is possible not to be debt-free, you're going to violate that principle and say, yeah, but I must have debt. And then you're going to prove to you that you must have debt. And that then becomes your belief system. And that belief system is going to keep you from becoming a wealth creator. Who's not getting it? It's funny, eh? Now, on top of that, so this is the first criteria to see. The second criteria, and the only way to do it, is this thing that we call the responsibility. If you're not prepared to take responsibility for your Kaizen story, it's not going to work. Now, what's this responsibility? I have got only 3 things that I need to take responsibility of. Who wants to know it? Sure? Show me your hands again. Right, let's try it. The first thing is a surplus. Now, remember, this surplus can be either money, financial, this is what we're talking about today, but it can be also energy, it can be also time. We call it TEMS, time, energy, effort, mindsets. Right, so the moment that you take control of that, you can have a surplus in it. So if I do not have the right mindsets, I need to learn how to get to the right mindset, and suddenly I've got a surplus of it. If I haven't got time, I need to learn time management. Does that make sense? If I'm physically not in a good physical tip-top shape, then I need to do certain things. And the moment that I've got that, now, a fascinating thing that we need to learn and to know is that I can swap one surplus for another. Who wants to know how that works? Who wants to know how it's done? You know, Jock, do you know how to do it? Do you want to learn how to do it? Okay. My English is not that good, but this is what I mean. If I want to learn to become a wealth creator, I haven't got the money. But by spending more time, in other words, the moment that I create more time, I've got a surplus time, I can convert the surplus time to learn how to make more money. Does that make sense? So the surplus energy then is converted into another surplus, which we call money. And suddenly, I'm sitting with a surplus in terms of finances. The same with energy, the same with mindsets. Right. Normally, we should start off with mindsets. Get the mindsets. That's the transformational wicket. Get the mindset right. Because the moment that the mindset is right, we know that we can do anything and everything that we want to do. Right. Now, so the next thing, now that I've got the surplus, let's take money. What I need to do is the following. I need to learn how to manage the risk down. What is risk? Who can tell me what's risk? Please. Yes. Your exposure to loss, I do not agree with you. There's only one type of risk that we all take, and normally we do not know what it is. Who wants to know what's the risk? Risk is a lack of information. Risk is ignorance. The job and the function of the system is to keep us ignorant. The way to keep a person ignorant is to feed them the wrong information. Because the brain, the ego, seems that I know it all. I've got the degrees. No one can teach me anything. But the results are, I stay poor. Right, so the result, the intent, that portion shows the outcome of your belief system. Is it making sense? So, in terms of finances, income or capital, the risk that we're going to take is the chance to lose either income or capital. So financially, and the reason why we're going to lose it is simply because we do not know, we're ignorant about it. Now, how can I be ignorant about finances? I mean, that's crazy. Okay, if I've got 1,000 Rand surplus per month, I take the 1,000 Rand and I invest it with a financial institution. Do I adhere to the formula or do I break the formula? I immediately break it. Why? Because who's taking all the risk? I'm taking all the risk. Why? Their contract states that. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm taking all the risk. Do I have any control over the growth that I'm going to get? No, I've got no control over that growth, which means that I'm not taking responsibility for the risk or for the growth. If you invested in Enron as a stupid example, guess what? You would lose all your money. But the perception at that point in time was, this is a good investment. If you invested in Sambo a couple of years ago, or in BOE here in South Africa, your perception was it was safe, until the pawpaw and the fan hit each other. And then